Welcome to Happy Drop. Just a little something to keep us connected in between full episodes. And I had to come in and drop a quick review and just connect and talk about Ironheart real quick like. So, Ironheart starring Anthony Ramos, Dominique Thorne, Manny Montana, Lyric Ross, to name a few. There's some other characters in there. So it was released, I think Wednesday or Tuesday. It was released Tuesday by Disney Plus, and I was anticipating it, but it was released to some controversy and mixed reviews. And by controversy, I mean misogyny and racist hate. So there's this thing that uh, racists do mostly. Other groups do it too. Fan bases do it and things like that. But we're just going to talk about the racists. When they just can't help their racism. It happens in the entertainment industry, and they purposely attempt to tank a production with bad reviews. When they haven't even engaged with it, seen it, or what have you. It's kind of like similar to those who decided they hated the Little Mermaid live action movie just because Halle Bailey was cast as Ariel. Similar to those that talk trash about Cowboy Carter without even having listened to it. The same people who will pop on social media and leave terrible, disparaging comments on posts that they just feel hate towards because they are racist or anti-LGBTQ. I feel like they just have to find a way to express the hate that's lingering in their hearts when people are really just trying to live their best lives and do their thing. So that phenomenon anyway is called review bombing. Okay? And it was happening to Ironheart, particularly on Rotten Tomato, because it was having like terrible reviews, like in the low, I think 30s or something like that, before Ironheart was even released. Or Ironheart had just been released. You don't have time to watch it. There's no way. It just released and y'all are putting in these reviews. So fans did rally to counter that phenomenon, and it's currently at 69%. But the thing is, when something like that happens, like you question the organicness or the authenticity, because it's just combating, one ill for the next. So I just wanted to pop in because I actually did watch the first 3 episodes. So the first 3 episodes were released, and then it's a total of 6 episodes. So the next 6 episodes will release on July 1st. And I got a chance to watch the first 3 episodes. So let me say this. I feel like the Disney Plus series, particularly Marvel, like all the ones that I've really liked have had a slow build. Like I loved Loki, but the first few episodes of Loki, I was like, loved Wanda Maxoff, Wanda Vision. Well, I couldn't come up with a name. Love Vision. Again, didn't care about the first few episodes. What's the other one? The witch one. I don't remember what it's called, but the one that just finished, and I really enjoyed that. With the chick from Wanda. For the life of me, I can't remember it. Anyway, so I feel like this is the same with this one. Third episode to me, like now I can't wait. I can't wait for July 1st to watch the 4th, 5th, and 6th episode and see what happens. Third episode really it was building up to that, right? And it was a good way to end, except I want to see what else happens. Like, hello. As I said, the cast is Anthony Ramos, Dominique Thorne. Dominique Thorne plays Ironheart. She plays Riri. Manny Montana. And let me tell you something. I think Manny Montana played in Good Girls. And I have never seen an episode of Good Girls. Okay. But I have seen the clips. The clips, get in the car, Elizabeth. And I was like, oh, they got me. And I'm like, well, I want to watch Good Girl just because see what happens. But he's in it. And I really enjoyed him. And there's gonna be some spoilers. There's gonna be some spoilers right quick, but I really enjoyed him. Also Lyric Ross. She plays Natalie Washington, and Alden E, because I would definitely butcher his name. He plays Zeke Stain. So just real quick, it's about, it takes place after. So if you remember Wakanda, the second one, she was in there. Ironheart was in there, and Black Panther saved her. So it takes place after that, where she gets a scholarship, a Stark scholarship, to go to MIT, and it picks up with her not really being that great at MIT, because she's not focused on her schooling. She just wants to do this suit because she keeps saying it's because she can, but there's obviously deeper reason behind that, and we're going to get into it once I start talking about the episodes. But I do want to say this: I enjoyed the first 3 episodes. The first one was like really laying down. The first and second one, honestly, were like laying down the characters, laying down the groundwork, so we can, I guess, pick our favorite characters, relate, and understand what's going on. It was just building the scene, right? That was the first 2 episodes. Third episode was really, really good. So I actually enjoyed it. I'm not going to give it a rating because I want to see. Well, I mean, I can give it a rating like right now. And if I was giving it a rating right now, I would say about a 7. So yeah, I would say about a 7 right now. But I feel like if episode 3 is anything, that when I finish the next 3 episodes, that it might be higher, because I'm really enjoying it right now. But again, that's who's starring, that's who's whatever. So now I am gonna go into some spoilers. Again, this is just a quick happy drop, because I wanted to kind of talk about this. So real quick, I'm gonna say livey.com, a drop of happy on all major streaming platforms. Like, share, subscribe, all the good things. Okay, so let's talk about the episodes, and let's talk about the characters. Okay, I didn't want to kind of like give this away, but so she is in school, but school's not working out. So this is like the premise. She's in school, but school's not working out. So this is in the first episode. She gets basically expelled, not expelled. Yeah, actually, yeah, she gets expelled from MIT. So then she has to go home. And she kind of, when you're down and out, you fall with the wrong crowd. So she doesn't seek them out. They know how great she is, and they seek her out. So that's the thing. She falls into the wrong crowd because all she wants to do is build this suit. That's all she wants to do. Now, as far as Riri goes, first of all, the actress that plays her, she reminds me of Letitia Wright. I don't know if it's because, she's playing the lead and whatever, but she does remind me of Letitia Wright. And she's super cute. Super cute. She's holding her own acting wise. I'm going to be honest, in Wakanda, the second one, I wasn't really feeling her character. I think in this one, she's growing on me more. She's like the type of character that you like her more when she interacts with other people, and she interacts well with other people. Like, I enjoy her interactions with the rest of the characters. And she actually, like, I feel like the cast has good chemistry together as well, by the way. So she actually interacts pretty well with the other characters. And I feel like that's where her strength is. But again, I didn't like her in the Wakanda movie, but she's growing on me now, um, because she's just like a typical young person that's trying to figure life out. And sometimes they can be obnoxious. I know I was. Uh, so that was kind of like where I was like, ugh, ugh. But so she goes back home after getting kicked out. And she is super genius. Everybody in the neighborhood knows she's a super genius. So this crew, headed by what's his name's character, what's the guy from Hamilton, Anthony Ramos's character, Parker, headed by Parker. She's recruited by the crew, and John, who is Parker's cousin, actually is the one who recruits her. So first episode she does get recruited, because their tech guy, or their whatever, not their hacker, but their tech guy slash mechanic messes up, and they were like, oh, it's time to fire him. But instead of firing him, they do him in. They kill him. Okay. So, but we don't know that in the first episode. Let me say that. I mean, I figured that's what they were gonna do because they're bad guys. But anyway, the other thing that happens in the first episode is we know, like, she tells people the only reason why she's building the suit is because she can, but it's really she's building it because I think, her stepdad and her best friend were killed, uh maybe a robbery or something, I don't know, but I think that's the root cause of why she has to build it, because she was just like, it could increase response times, blah, blah, blah. She wants to save the world. Okay. That's not what she's telling people, but she wants to save the world at the end of the day. Also, in the first episode, we meet what I think is my favorite character. Honestly, she kind of annoyed me at first, but I really like her, and I really like Lyric Ross, who's playing her. Natalie. We meet Natalie. So Natalie was the best friend who was killed along with her stepdad, but she recreates Natalie. So Natalie is like the AI. Natalie's like the Jarvis. And she kind of freaks out. So that's how the first episode ends. The second episode, oh, wait, does the first episode where she meets Zeke, which I didn't know who Zeke was. I love this revelation. So anyway, in the second episode, she does meet the gang, the hood gang, and they're going to break into a tech company. The tech company's name is Tunnel, because they want to sabotage your demonstration. But actually, they end up being put on the payroll and getting money and yada yada yada. So she signs a contract, So, but part of the episode is her, because she promised that the suit would be ready, and the suit was in no position to be ready. So she looked for this person who sells parts and sells all types of things on the black market. Well, I'm not going to tell. This was revealed in episode 3, that this person, and I was like, oh, this was great, that this person is actually a Zeke Stain, who's Obadiah's son, who was the one that tried to kill Tony Stark in the first Iron Man. And I didn't know this character because, I wasn't knee deep in the Marvel, so I had to look him up. He is not a good guy. He's a good guy now. This is just totally an aside, but he is not a good guy. So I thought that I loved that. I loved that, bringing it all together, bringing that character in. But right now he seems like a good guy and he's helping her. But what happens? So okay, second episode they do the heist. She gets the thing fixed. We meet Zeke, who he's under alias. That's not his name, but she ends up finding out in the third episode. And I think her mom, Rivi's mom, meets Natalie, the AI, and she's like, "Can you make one of, my hubby?" And she's like, "Nah, I can't do it." Um, she doesn't even know how she made Natalie. So then in the third episode, they did the heist. In the third episode, this is when they're celebrating their success. They got their money, whatever. But one of the chicks, who's the pyro chick, she everybody's super smart, by the way. Like it's no joke. But she breaks in and gets okay. So Parker has his hood. I didn't get to look up his character to see what he, what all he was in the comics. So I'm blind. I don't know. I'm just gonna wait. He has his hood. He is not a good guy. And she's just like, well, what's up with the hood? Like, the hood has all these powers. The hood can do all these things. So the one chick breaks in and gets the hood, and then John comes and slams her head on the table and is just like, psh. Anyway, they start to be suspicious. Not they. Rivi starts to be suspicious, right? And she's like, well, I'm going to get a piece of the thing because I want to find out what's up with this hood. Like there's something funny going on. And Natalie's telling her there's something funny going on. Long story short, they go into, and John was just like, we don't need to do this heist. They're breaking into Hunter Mason, this person named Hunter Mason. Anyway, that doesn't matter. The point is that freaking Rivi has this plan, right? To get a piece of the plan sucked, by the way, to get a piece of the hood while they're doing the heist. I'm like, sis, there's a better way you could have done that. Like, y'all was so extra. Anyway, but she ends up tripping the alarm and all mayhem ensues and stuff like that. So in order to get in there, she had borrowed something from Zeke, and Zeke was just like, this better not come back on me, whatever. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. We have a lot to go. So I'm just like, oh, is this like when Zeke goes bad? Because he's going to be a bad guy. So I don't know. But the thing that he created, she lost it. She lost it in the fight. Then she ended up contributing to John dying, which I'm mad because I'm like, does that mean we're not going to see Manny in any more episodes and any more seasons? Not happy about that. I don't know. So she has a complete crash out towards the end of the episode because they end up escaping, but Parker goes off and he kills the CEO. He kills Hunter. He's fighting everybody, whatever. Like, their plan completely goes off the rails. So at the end, he's really, really mad because he's just like, yo, his cousin is dead. And he had told Rivi in the Iron Suit to go find him. But one, she found out that he's the one. She found out he cray-cray, okay? Because she found out that he's the one that killed. It was confirmed that he's the one that killed Tucker, which was the previous mechanic tech guy. And he was trying to kill her. So she was like, psh, I ain't getting you out. Did she have plenty of opportunity to get him out? Yes, she did. I mean, going back to get him, she wasn't going to be able to go back to get him, but she had plenty of opportunity to get him out. So at the end, Parker finds out that she's the reason why he died. And she's also crashing out because, she's the reason why he died. But she also dropped that material from Zeke in the thing. So now Zeke's like, yo, I don't want them to trace it back to me, but they had a clip. They're going to trace it back to him. They're going to trace it back to him. That's what's going to happen. So that's how it ended. Like, her completely crashing out, Natalie, the AI, trying to calm her. And we got to wait. We got to wait till July 1st to to get the wrap up. So I would say first 2 episodes, good warm up, good build up. Episode 3, good way to end, good way to pause, because now we're anticipating the next episode. Anyway, that is all. Just wanted to drop this quick review. A Drop of Happy, all streaming platforms. Live light, stress well, like, share, subscribe, all the good things.